Next challenge. So this goes underneath the cab, kind of underneath like that. So it's a bit of a floor support. And I got to build this piece right here. Now before Kevin would just do it in 3 pieces, I says, oh, I think we can probably do that in 1. So I'm going to give that a try. He had a template off of a little one that was a little bit better. So we're going to go with that. And then I just was screwing around a bit and kind of got a good idea what I'm going to do. This measurement here is a little off, so I've got to adjust that's why you always start with a practice piece, so that you can adjust whatever you're doing, because you know it's easy if you just have a line and a straight bend, but this one here is it's got a bit of a radius, so that takes up a little bit of material, so you got to add on. So I've got my material marked out here. I'll just cut it out and then we'll head over to the brake. So if you're into building one of these, I am from center, I got 11 1/4 this way. The length, which is going to be this total length from here to there, I got 12 inches. Now, on the outside measurement, finished measurement, we want about 2 3/4. I got a mark at 1 1/2 from center, so 3 inches, and then 2 1/8, so 2 1/4. And I'm going to start my bend at 2 1/4 and slowly work my way down to 3, and that'll give me my nice radius. So just draw some lines. Let's clarify those measurements. Now from center, I'm starting my bend at 1 1/8. I think I said 2 1/4, that's the total width. So we're starting at 1 1/8 and we're finishing at 1 1/2 inches. And this gives me a really nice radius. Can't see my lines here. Start on the inside line. I want to give it a little bit. Not just like micro bends, you got to give it a little bit of a bend. Eventually need to get 90, so maybe a 1/16 at a time. I move in, and you're not going to get graded on this, so you know if your radius is a little bit out, that's not a big deal. Just moving around on me a little bit here. Oh, that was out. That looks good. Seems to be moving on me here a little bit. side over here. I haven't got the best brake in the world, but it works. Gives me a nice radius. Better than not having a brake at all. Not too sure what I would do without a brake. So now we got to work on this bend. So for about 7 1/4, I'm going to start my bend right about there. And I'm just going to make a cut with the zip cut. Of course, we're going to have to weld this all up again, but that's okay. That's the fun part. You may have to V this a little bit. But what I want to do is start my bend and just see what it's going to look like. Long ways to go. So if you want a gentle curve, you're going to have to put 2 relief cuts in here. So I think what I'm going to do is widen this one out a little bit more. Now I'm building this panel to look as original as possible with a gentle curve, but you can curve your bend as sharp as you want. So I went with 3 cuts instead of 2, and I'm really happy with that. Okay, I got her. So I took 3 relief cuts and a pretty good wedge out of each one. What now I have to do is just weld her together. I like it. Okay, I'll weld this together, and then we can bend this part. That looks pretty good. I'll weld it up. It's not going to be perfect, but you know what? It's just a brace, and if you're really concerned about, you know, just the odd little spot, you could put a little filler on there, but chances are underneath the cab you're going to put a little bit of undercoat on there anyway. So now I'm going to put this lip on, which could be a little tougher than the guy thinks. But we're going to find out. So I'm just going to extend this out and then cut it with the zip cut. And then the height is 3 1/4. So we'll come down 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Well, line. Both sides. Okay, I'll trim this off. We'll go back to the brake. I had to flex her pretty good to get it in there. So then, let's give her the 90. Pretty close. No more. I think that'll do. It's a little bit, it's good here. No, a little bit too much. Just bend it back a bit. That looks good. This side here will be a little easier. It's the first one there, you got to kind of flex it in to get it into my brake. I don't know about And this one here, you gotta flex it a little bit. I think that's close. Yep, looks good. Do a little tweaking to get her right on the money here, because I had to flex it so much. Looks good. All right, still got another step to go. So we got a 1-inch lip. So just measure 1 inch. 1 inch down this way. Right there. Okay, so then we have to do a little trimming here. That's okay. And we can bend those little tabs there. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Might have to do that in the vise. I think we can bend these in the vise quite easily here. We gotta make sure that we're gonna pass the edge. I cut this on a bit of an angle here, just to make it look a little bit better. A little far, but looks good. Now, I'm not sure if this all needs to get trimmed, but that will happen in installation, of course. I'll just do this one. A little clear in here, just have to move it just a little bit out. Looks good. I think that's going to work out great. One more to go. They're not the easiest things in the world to build, but you know what? It's going to look good. And one of the things on these projects is we want to paint the underneath, so we want it to look good. So if you start doing everything by piece, you got a little bit more work to do. You know, something like this is going to take you an hour to build, you know, which isn't too bad, but I think it's going to work. Looks like we're on the right angle and everything. Perfect. So there you go. A couple magic patches for my brother for a 72 short box. You know, there is a lot of work involved here, and one thing I was looking at, sweet, if you don't have a brake, you know, you can just use a piece of metal, kind of, you know, you can work it around that radius right there. You got to clamp it down really, really well. But that's a lot of work. I don't know if you can buy these things, but I'm pretty content with making them. I haven't got a problem with that at all. In fact, it was kind of fun. These are one of the things that makes the day go well. So there you have it. Making patches. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. So there's the cross member patch. Fit really, really good.